and welcome back to my Aries friends. My friends born under the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. We're doing a special, focused career, money, home, growth, foundation. It's a reading about your well-being, your physical well-being, the earth around you, your place on the planet. It talks about money. Now, over at Vimeo, we're taking a close look at Love in Two Parts. It's an updated reading from last year. It asks two questions. Is this right for me, and will love grow? It looks at a potential or a current love situation for my Aries friends. Now, what I want to do is grab you a life purpose card. Now, these cards can sometimes talk to someone who's lost their focus on their life purpose. It's sometimes an awakening that, aha, maybe that's what I should look into. Maybe that's what I should really be doing. Or it's a hint of a direction. Let me also make a quick announcement before we get into your reading. The sale prices that I had going on over the past couple of months this summer are now my permanent prices. I have decided that too many of my friends are having financial difficulties. I think that we're all in the same boat here. I really feel that the only people getting wealthy off of the current economy are lottery winners and the wealthy themselves. Nobody else is getting rich. And so, look, we're all hurting on a lot of different levels, even especially myself. So I'm lowering my prices. It's for myself, absolutely, but it's for your betterment too, because I know when it comes down to, paying for food or paying for health care or paying the electric bill and everything else, I know what priorities are, and I do want to still help you guys, so I've lowered my prices. Now, you can find those over at my website or send me an email, and I'll get back to you with the invoicing. So, what have we got here? Well, we've got a candle that's all burnt out. We don't want that. So, let's talk for a minute. Let's talk for just a second while we get restarted here. What is it that we're really looking for, Aries? Pardon my reach. Yeah, you got to see me. What are we looking for? We got a life purpose energy here, first of all. And that's children. Your life purpose involves around helping, teaching, and healing children. So whether it's your own children, whether it's your journey in life, for some of you, children are definitely an important factor. Maybe this is suggesting a field. If you're looking to change your career path, change your objective, maybe you need to think about a life including children. All right, here we go. I need to clear my throat. I need 6 cards. Moving forward, we need 6 cards for Aries and their finances. Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Cut it right in half. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm getting, we've got some swords here, right away. We've got some swords. We've got some big sword energy here. I'm going to let you see that at the bottom of the deck, there's a bit of a focus around around feeling stuck. The Eight of Swords, or spades in this case, is the fact that you maybe can't move from your current situation. Now, whatever the connection here is to children, you'll have to decide for themselves. But let's call this just some advice, some direction. What we really want to focus on here more than anything is this Eight of Spades. And since I did see the card underneath it, I'm going to show it. The Ten of Cups. It's a family connection. It connects to family. And so these children that you brought up by hand maybe, there's a feeling around your home maybe, or your finances, where you're feeling a bit isolated or stuck in a situation. And for some of you, it is connected to maybe one of your children or to the family. Now we have the Ten of Swords. Just like I saw, and we're going to get more of them, I'm sure. The Ten of Swords. It's that feeling of coming to the end of the road with something. It's when it's a sword, it's about mental thinking. Sometimes it talks about logic. Sometimes it talks about communication. But it's all about the processes of the mind. The Ten of Swords is like the stab in the back. It's the last heartache, the last abuse, the last communication of ill will, if you would. It's the end. And for someone, it's connected to your family, the family unit. Again, possibly one of your children. Now, since I started your reading, I'm having a lot of knotted feeling in my throat. As an empathic, that tells me someone isn't speaking their truth. Someone isn't really telling their desires, their feelings. And someone is being hurt in the process. So we have to ask ourselves, with the Eight of Swords here, are we needing to open up about something going on in our life where a truth needs to be spoken in order to heal a family situation? Maybe something is going on in the family and no one is speaking up. No one is opening up communication, and someone in the process is being hurt. The King of Swords. Now, this is you. This is all your energy. You guys are, it's bred into you. This kind of sometimes passionate hostility. And so you may be dealing with a air sign here. But I often see that Aries Emperor as being often resentful or hurtful or very straightforward and blunt with communication. So here we're needing, I think, some blunt, forward, kind of forceful communication. You know, and since Aries comes from a place of fire and heat, there's kind of a need, a drive, a desire to finally open up and speak what you think needs to be spoken. If it's you, unless you're with someone who is really walking that very razor thin kind of fine line of anger where, and it's in your family, and somebody here, and it may be one of your children, feels like they have an anger issue. To me, this is really coming down to someone who's got some anger issues. The Five of Cups. Good Lord. This is someone who may be suffering, number one, from a broken heart. Number two, some emotional imbalance. Something has hurt this person to the degree where they're coming through with forceful hostility on some level. And I almost feel like it's really tied to someone's children. Or you are a parent and you're dealing with some hostility towards one of your children or one of your siblings. There's a familial connection that it has born some hostility here. Some hostility, some pain, and some disappointment. The Ace of Spades. Now, pardon me, or the Ace of Swords. This is saying a new communication really needs to be opened up in the situation, because I think with the hostility here and this need for something to be spoken, something of some honesty, some clarity, and some straightforward verbal communication, not physical. This is a verbal communication. Really needs to be had by someone, because there's some hurt feelings and some hostility. It's in a family or a unit of friends, a group that grew up as friends, again, cousins, brothers, sisters, a family unit. Two of Wands. Now we have a choice, but this choice being made here is about the desire. It's about the passion of the spoken word. And so this, though, being the choice, it's planting. Okay, the seed's been planted. The idea is there. I need to open up and speak my truth with this person, or they will never understand where I'm coming from, or they will never feel the kind of pain they put me through. Whatever the message is here that so desperately needs to be spoken, the seed is planted. The idea is there. And now there's the decision. How do I move forward with this? What do I say? What should my next action be in the pursuit of honesty, truth? The Nine of Wands. Boy, you can't make this stuff up. So, this is the battle, the reflection of the battle. And so maybe you've really kind of endured a battle in this situation. Whether it's an abusive boss, whether it's a partner who is not generous with their family, because I know a lot of cheap partners. I could write a book about my exes and how I can absolutely, like a missile, seek out the cheapest man. I've only been involved with men, even though I don't know. I don't know where I go from here. But that's only a personal note, guys. I can seek out the cheapest men on the planet every time. So I know what that is. I know what it is to be committed to someone who feels that it's all theirs, when legally, once you say I do, 50% of everything you have is theirs. It comes with the license. So many of us just settle for the neglect. Our children suffer because someone doesn't want to provide a partner, a boyfriend who fertilizes and walks away. This is that energy. It's the struggle of dealing with someone who does not want to face their financial responsibilities in some of your circumstances. It's the hurt, the pain, the agony that the children go through at the hands of someone who cannot bring themselves to provide. I think that's the tie to the children that we have going on here. It's fighting the fight, but with the Nine of Wands, we know there's a solution. We've gotten over the worst part. And for whoever is dealing with this, I would like to say that maybe by the end of September, because we not only have the 9th month, but we also have possibly a period of 9 weeks, somewhere around September, October. You may start to feel some relief from this. If you're seeking out justice, definitely, if you're seeking out justice here, if you're taking someone to court around a financial settlement or child support or spousal support, that battle, if your court date shows up around this time, even though you've gone through a period of real hardship, some of you, that situation has you coming out of it. Hopefully by the end of the year. I've got 9, I've got 10, and I've got the Ace here. So I'm going to say between September and maybe the 1st of the year. It can even go into May of next year. I'm reaching really far with this reading, but I think because the court system is so slow, if you're starting something now, I think you may be even looking into next year sometime. But the relief will be there, but there's going to be a period of hardship around your finances. You know, I can say that with the Ace of Swords, a new communication, and since this may be a new action, there's the decision to move forth, but you have to be patient. You have to be really, really patient. And not that I see all, I see no Pentacles energy here at all. But I just feel this is really anxious. And it feels too anxious with all of these swords. It feels like maybe you want to go too fast when you really may have to pull back a little bit on your energy and be more thoughtful and methodical as you move through this. Because there's a lot of heat, a lot of heat, a lot of kind of quick moving communications, and maybe not all of it is friendly. So you have to remember what your objective here is. Let me get a quick clarity here. This was a rather deep reading. Mature man, the gift. I already get the message on this. And the Lovers, yeah. Okay. I think you're coming out of a long period of emotion. The Lovers for me is really about the emotional heart and making choices sometimes that are too emotional for our own good. And that's where a lot of this kind of misguided, angry energy is going, is in this emotional situation that's got you locked up in some sort of an emotional tie. you know, the mature man has been, you know, it didn't come overnight, the mature man. That's energy that's been building up for a long period of time. The patience that it takes to become the mature man is the real gift here. That's where the patience is coming in here, is that this mature man, it's taken him a long time to walk this path. For some of you, you're walking away from a negative situation, almost feels like anger and abuse is what's guiding you out of it. You're fighting the fight. The fight is coming to an end. I'm going to push it out until maybe even this time next year. I'm going to carry it right out to this time next year. But you're really being asked to remain true to yourself, follow your heart, be careful of communication. Communication is essential as you go through this. But after the battle is won, and it's very honest, good victory you're going to have at the end of it. The number 9 is really important here. I want to focus on this number 9. So, I feel September is maybe when these communications will start. But September 4, whoever this is going to be really essential. There's a reason why I had to do this reading in September. Okay, that's what I've got for you. Now, I'm going to go over to my Vimeo channel, and I'm going to do a love reading for you guys. Love in 2 parts. You'll be able to find it, again, at Vimeo. If you want me, reach out to me. You know how to get me. Thank you, Aries. Gee, guys, take care and be well through all of this. It may be a bit of a rough ride for some of you, but there is an air of some satisfaction at the end of the battle. At the end of this, there is a feeling of victory. I hope. We hope the victory is there. So, that's what I've got. Take care, be well, and peace.